Hello, everybody, and welcome, Fire Nation. Colin Morgan here from Plan to Profit. And if you are here, welcome. You probably just heard me on the JLD podcast. I am super excited that you're all joining me for this presentation. And I wanted to do something special for John and the Entrepreneur on Fire community. So I decided to put together this presentation to share with you all a little bit more about who I am, explain who Plan to Profit is, our process, how we help people, and see if we can help you a little bit along the way and if anyone out there is a good fit to work together. So let's get right into it. So Plan to Profit has been around for 10 plus years. We help people and entrepreneurs in a number of different ways. Paul and I here have been doing this together for about 3 years, and we're taking the business from where it was to sort of new heights. We're modernizing what we do and trying to make the process for people super simple so that anybody can do it. So we help entrepreneurs start, grow, and expand their businesses essentially. We typically work with a few different type of people. We work with entrepreneurs, we call them. These are people looking to start a business, consultants, coaches, restaurateurs, and existing business owners and entrepreneurs. We help people in a wide variety, anywhere from concept talk to consulting in their existing business and teaching them areas and room for growth and teaching them how to get there. So our services typically include concept development, business planning, consulting, business development, and growth strategies, and we implement this with all of our clients. In fact, we've helped over 10,000 people start and grow their businesses. This year alone, we've raised over $350 million, and with one deal upcoming, we're going to be pushing the $1 billion mark, which is super exciting. We have a 99% satisfaction rate, and the reason for that is because we're honest, real. This is a proven method. This takes hard work, and it benefits you. This isn't something where we're going to lie to you. There's no broken promises. This is definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme, nor is it easy or unproven. This takes hard work, and it takes your dedication to make it work. Now, our process is super simple, and I'm going to go through a little bit deeper in this presentation, but essentially we take an idea, we develop it into a working and viable concept, we then create you a plan, forecast your success going forward, and we teach you how to start making money from day number one. Now, what makes us successful? Number one is we work with our clients. We understand that each entrepreneur is unique and each person in business requires a personal touch. And we also understand that this cannot be done without you. So we need you involved. Number two is we are entrepreneurs just like you. We know what you're going through, we've been there before, and we can help you avoid making critical mistakes that people make, especially early on. And number three, and most importantly, we feel, is we continue to grow, learn, and improve. We never settle. We want to make our customer experience the best it can be, and we want to make sure that we're adapting to the ever-changing marketplace, and the only way to do that is to grow, learn, and improve ourselves. So let's dive in a little bit more on how our process works and how we help people. So number one is an idea. So how do you choose from all of these ideas? Everyone has 100 different ideas of either starting a business or how to grow their existing business. But how do you choose from all of those ideas? And what we found is that it's what you do with that idea that's most important, and choosing the right idea for you is critical. And what we found makes people successful, and doing our research, the most successful entrepreneurs out there, is that they choose an idea in which they truly love to do. It's something that gets them up early in the morning, that's going to make them want to go the extra mile for themselves, their employees, and their customers. It's the driving force behind what they do everything. And regardless if they're making $1 million a month or if they're making $0 a month, they love what they're doing, and they're going to continuously grow and try to build the business. So when you're choosing an idea, don't just think about the money you're going to make, especially early on. Think about what you love to do, and the money will follow, I promise you. And there's tons of different ideas. So you have to ask yourself, is your idea, is it based around money or what you love? And if it's based around money, It may work for a short period of time, but is it going to have that sustainability which you're actually looking for? And money's super important. Do not get me wrong. Money follows this concept, but maybe your love is money, and that is the driving force behind what you do. So just understanding what that is super important. Now, once you've gotten your idea, now you need to develop that idea into a concept. So I'm going to back up a little bit here and just talk again about the difference between an idea and a concept if no one ever heard it. So an idea, like I had said on John's podcast, is someone looking to open a restaurant, right? Everyone understands the restaurant industry. You probably go out to eat with them weekly, to eat at them weekly. So an idea is that you want to open a restaurant. A concept is something that's so clear in your mind that it's actually, you can visualize yourself working in it. So it's, again, I want to open up a 100-seat sports bar, and we're going to be serving local fresh pub foods. We're going to be open from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. every single day. Our ideal person, our ideal clientele in the afternoon are drinkers. At nighttime are families and maybe a little bit more well-off business people. And at nighttime, we want to bring in that younger crowd to make sure that they're drinking and the bar's full. So as you can see, the concept is starting to come to life, and you understand what you're wearing, what your role is, what your customers, what your employees are wearing, what they're doing, who they are. You have to understand in such detail so that it becomes easy the rest of the way. Too many people just say, I'm going to start this, and they go at it, and their concept is built around other people. So understanding and being able to creatively build your concept the right way is super important. So those questions that I asked you in terms of being able to identify what's going on in your business, what you're doing, what it looks like, you have to ask yourself and say, can I describe those things? Was I able to answer all of those questions? And if not, then you don't have a concept. But that's okay, because you just need to spend a little bit longer at that time. So we help people develop that concept which makes sense and which makes money. So once that concept is done, then we prove your concept. This is all about numbers, okay? A plan isn't necessarily a big, thick document that people think of. This is a simple document. We almost call it a lure piece, so to speak. So if you need to go to a bank or investor, just use it for yourself. It's there. And this is heavily weighted on the financials, because that is what is most important. You're going to want to be able to see how your business generates revenue. Are you monthly or quarterly? How many open days? What is your hours of operation? How many customers are coming in through the day? What are they buying? And on average, what are they spending? And that is essentially how you get to your revenue figure. Is the amount of people walking through your doors spending X amount of dollars. So understanding that is super important, especially if you've had that concept and now we realize that it's a 100-seat restaurant. Out of that 100-seat restaurant, how much can my business really make? And it's important to know that, because after you're coming up with your cost of goods sold. So where are you getting your products from? How much do your products cost? And what costs are associated with the sale? Now, if you don't have a physical location and you're building an online business, you still have costs associated with the sale. So you have to determine all of the costs associated with it. Next, you break down your labor costs. Who are you paying in your business? And understand that the most important person that you have to pay is yourself. Too many people forget to pay themselves and just take off the bottom line, when a lot of times that's not what you want to do. There's a lot of tax benefits to paying yourself a modest salary, but we'll get into that a little bit more. And after that, determining all your monthly expenses to operate your business. So as you can see, when you're building out your revenue, your costs, your labor costs, and monthly expenses, you can then see after that, does this business model make sense? If I do that amount of revenue, what does my profit look like? And is that sustainable? And if it is, then you move on to the startup stage. Now, what are your startup costs? How are you going to operate? What do you need to start that business to operate what you've just done? So what do you need? Do you need capital improvements, equipment, furniture, fixtures, consulting, inventory, marketing, office? You need a whole wide variety of things in order to start your business. And even if you're online, technology is a big cost. So understanding all your costs associated with doing that is important, and the process. So you can be able to see, is this amount of money here that we're looking at, does that make sense for the business model that we just created in our forecast? And if so, then we can move on to the next stage. Now, the next stage is the startup phase, and then understanding from that if you need money, and then being honest with how much money you do have. So I'll explain to you a little bit about how that works. Okay? So when you're looking for money, first of all, you should probably, if you can fund it yourself, because there's one guarantee in business, is that if your business fails or succeeds, you're going to have to pay back a loan from somebody. It happens. So if not, if you need money, that's okay. There's ways to get it. Number one is to go through family and friends. It's important to understand to treat them like any other investor. You could go through a bank, through a program such as an SBL or an SBA in the United States. And understanding how these work are super important. Understanding the government's only going to guarantee 70% of that loan. So if you're looking for $100,000, unless you have $30,000, they're not even going to look at you, because banks don't lend money to businesses, they lend money to people. So if that doesn't make sense, then approaching private investors or VCs and angel investors would be the ideal route for you. But understanding how to build that out, how they're looking to get paid back, who they are, have they invested in companies like yours before? These are the things that you need to look at before just jumping into it. So then after all that's done, then we prepare you to open. Now that the planning's over, it's all about action. How to find great people. And we always say hire character and train skill is the biggest thing you can do. Next is selecting suppliers if you need them, and finding the right suppliers for your business is super important. Could be one of the most important steps when opening. Developing a management information system, just being able to control costs is a huge plus. Hiring a bookkeeper, hiring an accountant to make sure that first, you're not breaking any laws, and that second, you're getting the most out of your business for yourself. And then it's all about opening. It's all about following your path, trusting in your plan, overcoming your fears, continuing to learn, which is super important. One of our favorite quotes by Jim Rohn is that formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. And this is really your secret formula. If you want to get better, you have to keep learning. So the question is, who will be next in line to join us? That's what we're looking for here at Plan to Profit. We're looking for like-minded people who have a passion for succeeding to join our community, join us. We want to help people grow and see them succeed. So who will be next in line to join us? Well, what we've done is you all have 3 options from here in which you can get a hold of us. Number 1 is you can call us and learn how to get started today. And down below I have all these options. You can either call us directly, or what we suggest is just book an appointment there in our calendar for a time that works best for you to ensure that you can get a hold of either me or Paul. Number 2 is you can sign up for our business plan mastery program for only $10 using the discount code FIRENATION. This is a 95% off discount we're doing for you. Super excited that we're able to do this. Or number 3 is you can sign up for our free live webinar to learn more and just get a little better idea of in more detail of what I went over today. So look forward to speaking with you all. Again, my name is Colin Morgan. I am super excited, super honored that everyone is here. I hope I was able to put together a great podcast for John and his audience. I hope I inspired some of you to bust through that fear, learn to overcome adversity, and just get better as human beings. So I look forward again to speaking with you all. Have a great time, and I'll talk to you all soon.